you both for that. Let's address the elephant in the room with AI, right? And we're going to start with Dalia with this. I'm not sure if Miro is using AI at all or machine learning, but they probably are at this point. What so let's address everything around this. The question in the industry is AI going to take over your job as a researcher? Is it going to do more and more for you, right? It's already doing more and
Yeah.
more. So let's address just your perspective on how we are approaching AI, both as a tool and as an enhancer for our own work.
Mhm. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because it feels like lately we've been having these conversations daily, but I think it sometimes helps to take a step back to remember that AI isn't new, advances in technology isn't new. Some of the things that are happening right now in AI are pretty new in the sense that it feels like we've crossed, some exponential jump in terms of what it's able to do and its interpretation and how it sounds human. But this idea of, our tools are going to take away our jobs has been a discourse that humans have been contending with. I mean, I want to say since the Industrial Revolution, like this is always something that we have to think about. And the idea is not to sit around and freak out about what tools are going to do to our jobs, but to better understand how those tools can enhance our jobs and the ways that we can integrate them in our jobs. I'll also say that AI in research isn't actually necessarily new. If you've been using any tools that have automated transcripts, those have relied on AI for a while. If you have used any tools where they do tagging and analysis of like customer support tickets, NPS feedback, things like Kaplana, all of these things have been leveraging machine learning for a while. And so it's interesting now that it's kind of this topic has come at the sort of like front of our collective consciousness and it's happening everywhere, but it's a very interesting one. And the conversations that I've had with my team around it, we've shipped our own AI tools at Miro as well. So there's now the Miro Assist that you can use when you're running workshops and doing brainstorming to generate mind maps, create ideas, and so on. So the conversations we've had around it are first and foremost, I've had to tell my team, like, stop putting full transcripts of user interviews and straight up survey data in there until we've done a full legal and compliance and security analysis of what's actually happening here. And we get the thumbs up, and think about all the ethical considerations and include that in our consent forms to let users what's happening with the information they're giving us. Because right now our consent is about how we're using the tool, the data internally, but doesn't really include what's happening to the data and the tools that we use it, unless those tools have actually been fully reviewed by our security and compliance team. So that's just sort of like table stakes, basic hygiene. Just, be careful about where you're putting information and what that means for users. Beyond that, I'm very interested in the conversation